Funding wallets on TapTapSend. Step 1. Click on Create Ghana Cedi Wallets below when you open the app. Step 2. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 3. Click on the Confirm and Fund wallet below to confirm. Step 4. Your wallet has been successfully funded. Step 5. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 6. Select or add new recipient. Step 7. Choose wallet as payment method. Step 8. Click on the Pay with Wallet below to confirm. Step 9. Your transaction is successful.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer, check it, check it, check it, check it. Push sugar level, check it, check it, check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
I've been so cool. Massive cash out with Aviator on Parimatch. Charlie, visit parimatch.com.gh now and enjoy showdown odds and amazing offers on your favorite sports, jackpot and casino game. Play with Parimatch and get up to 500% Pari Boost bonus to win big like a boss. Parimatch, the game is yours. This advertisement is vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Gaming can be addictive.
When we come forward like this, we come forward with information, we come forward with knowledge, and we come forward with truth. That is exactly what Showbiz Daily stands for. And I know there are some people who are comfortable with it, and others, they are also bleeding out of the truth. But we have to do what we've got to do. And as much as we are doing it right, we really do not pay much attention to some of you, your words and your statements. Today on the show, we've assembled some of the very relevant topics once again in our showbiz space, and we're going to spend some few minutes to discuss them with you. You are part of it, so remember to share your opinion with us in the comment section, and if you love it, like it, share, subscribe to us, and also tell others about this platform that is Sammy Flex TV's Showbiz Daily. My name is Sammy Flex. I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing this with a team. And in the studio already, you can see Roland Amate is seated in the middle. He works with Shagzy, he works with Shatter Movement Empire. And again, he also works with Roland Report on YouTube and RolandReport.com as well. At the extreme end is Intim Dodu Solomon. Intim Dodu Solomon is our online manager here at Flex Entertainment Limited. And again, he's the boss in charge of Inti Dosu Digital Solutions. You have a platform, want to monetize, you need a manager, contact us and be prepared to pay some good kwacha. We will do it for you because you're more wild. Yeah. Canada, what's our friend's name in Canada? I've forgotten. Ekuban. Ekuban called and he was asking when is the date of your wedding. And I said, well, the date will be communicated very, very soon. I'm sure he also wants to come pass through or something similar to that. So we are waiting for him to come as well. So you guys should wait for it. But definitely the date will be communicated and everybody will be aware of this. TapTapSend is holding us down. If you are watching us from abroad, you want to send money home, especially to Ghana, remember to get TapTapSend. It is an app that you need on your phone. Today, you need to get it. Use the promo code SammyFlex and thank me later. To those who live in London, TapTapSend has introduced what they call the wallet. The wallet is a platform where you can convert your pounds into cedis. So even if you want to come to Ghana to spend it, you don't have to keep physical notes or physical cash on you, just the wallet, and you are good to do anything that you want to do. And in all, use the promo code SammyFlex. You are good to go. And if you want to make some cool money on the betting apps, there is one that I would want to recommend to you. It is called parimatch.com, parimatch.gh. It is for those who believe they can double and triple their money via the betting platforms. This has also been approved and vetted by the Ghana Gaming Commission. So what are you waiting for? Download the app Parimatch and use the promo code SAMAV for aviator lovers like Roland and Co. SAMSP for sports betting people like Nana Regan and Co. And again, you can also do SAM200 to welcome you, so you enjoy some 200% bonus as a first-time user. Thank me later when you do it, because I know the money there, it will come. This said and done, I'm sure we can zoom into business of the day. Number one, AY Poyoo, after getting some Nigeria invasion, has decided to always give it to the Ghanaian media, woto. In fact, he's not been sparing us at all, AY Poyoo. And what is our crime? Our crime is that AY thinks now the Ghanaian media is not paying attention to him. AY Poyoo thinks that now the Nigerian media is even taking care of him, though he is a Ghanaian, and he doesn't understand it. In fact, he is not happy too much, like Kofi Adoma will say. He is not happy about the trend, and he has been talking about it. In fact, he has been ranting. There's a video that we've come across that I want to share with you, where AY was seen talking about some of these issues. Let's go watch AY Poyoo, and when we come back, I seek the views and the opinions of my people as well as you, so we form an opinion as well. Let's watch it. I will come back so we discuss this.
I don't know. Ghana media. Ghana. If I don't know. Ghana media. Ghana. If I can't talk this thing, if people go talk, say, hey, why you talk too much, you they sell out, you be snitched. All the words. But go to Google right now, type AY Poyoo, go to news and check top news. It be Nigeria, they carry my matter. Nigeria, hey, somebody be killed, you be foreign, what you go do? Then they carry me, they fly me everywhere. My personal people, my brothers. Nobody talk about my album. I post the flyer, nobody talk about him. Say, okay, so it means somebody can spoil me. My former record label boss can spoil me. Give one and say, it be snatch, he no be lawyer, he go betray you, so you can believe. People can't believe. Say, the boys, he be bad person. Even that Nigeria way they Charlie. And so on a day, they judge person anyhow. This small situation. First of all, it not be me where I say no. I no go do contract, or I no go work plus you again. It not be me. Myself, I was crying, I was pleading. Oh, Mr. Boga, please give me. I'm a small boy. Give me 1 year, I will learn. He said no. So I can't leave. So who was supposed to believe who? Me than him. Who do you supposed to believe? When I was kidding, this by Ghana media thing, Shatawale was talking about it when I was kidding. That time when they talk about it, I thought that guy was a drunkard. Not know it's going to affect me. I didn't believe. Now it affects me more. And now I'm the future. We are the future. We can put all these people on it. So if you are going to do us like this. How are we going to get the opportunity to bring you people in? That, like, imagine somebody is taking care of your kid for you and you know they support the person. How do the person feel? It's not nice. If I go talk, you say, hey, shut up. I know, but shut up. Do what is right. So we'll be enemies, eh? Somebody can spoil me, so we'll be enemies. How go do am? So tell me, AY for you, tell me. So how go do am?
Well, so a set of the video from AY Poyoo punching industry folks with what he terms as disregard for his brand and his craft. Jamo, why are you guys doing that?
He is not.
He brought his flyer and you guys never talked about his flyer.
He is not entitled to anyone covering his works. He is not entitled to that. He has to end it through his own means, either by his actions or inactions or whatever. That's how it is done.
Okay.
So it's not like people, the media have targeted him not to cover his works or whatever. No. That's not what is happening.
Okay.
The media will cover or do something for you in two ways. One, either you pay them to do it, or you have done something that they think is clickable. They can also get something from it.
Okay.
This is so basic, but I think most of the underground artists or the people who are not getting the spotlight, they keep on missing it. The thing is, people don't just cover the people that you are talking about because they like them. It's because they will get something from them.
Fact.
Either or indirectly. That's how it works. I like what he is doing now. This is his way of also getting people to talk about him.
Okay.
So I get it. This is his way, and I think so far so good. It's working for him. At least any time that he will do something like that, we will come here and talk about him. It is his way of getting in. But if you take the strategy out and then go deeper to the issue, like the issue that he's trying to raise, he has nothing to say that we have to pay attention to. The point is that you are not entitled to anything. Before you entered, who were you blaming that they didn't cover you? But when you blew, were you paying people to cover you?
No.
So now that they
I'm sure at that time there were some media houses who even called him that he didn't even mind them.
Yes. Exactly.
And now the album he's talking about, the rejected
so rebranding. I think. Oh, but why would he put this out?
Which one?
This one is for nothing. If you manage when you are about to post your store, your audio to the stores. Yes, this is what you see if you are using TuneCore. So what is he showing there?
Where he's working.
Music,
TMY Empire. That is what he's showing you guys.
That means it is on every store.
Yeah.
But no, it's on the store at the
down there. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he's talking about.
But that one will show at the front end. This is the back end.
That's what he wants you to see.
Anyway, that's his stuff. Fine. But my point is that I think his strategy is working, and he should just focus on that. Okay. But the thing that he's saying there, he's not entitled to any media house doing his job for him or covering his words or letting the people know. No, I think that's his job. And if he has a record label or any team members, that's the job that they have to do. They have to lobby for people to cover whatever that is putting out there. They have to get some form of connection like
plugs.
Plugs, that's the word. Plugs, he needs it. That's how you develop yourself. That's how you get into the game. but you are not entitled to just people just putting you out there because you are AY Poyoo. There are 1,000 AY Poyoos out there.
Yeah.
They are not getting the opportunity. Why should they also say? We can only cover one person at a time, and the person who will get that either paying or doing something worth talking about.
Yeah.
So I like his strategy, but the way he's saying certain things, it will not work for him. And he get an enemy that later he may not be able to fight it. Some people, as we know, they don't take kind to some of these things. Okay. They are watching you afar. They will not say anything, but it will get to a point that they will then start fighting you for saying some of these things. So you should use better strategy or better ways of getting people to cover whatever information that he wants the media especially to talk about, instead of saying things that will not help or that will even trigger people to fight him. Because some people, they are not reasonable like that. For me, I think what you are saying, there's no substance in there and we should just put it aside and move on. But some people will not take it like that. They will take it serious and may fight you later on. His strategy so far so good. I think he's doing well for himself, but he should be careful how he goes about it.
Well, Ro, come through. What do you also think about the activities that AY is saying you guys ignored, but Nigeria is doing for him?
Well, he should understand that it is not the fault of the media to ignore him. That's the first thing, because as far as we are concerned, the time he was in the spotlight and he was winning, thousands of people were also ignored. Chemo always says this, that in this game it is winner takes all. When you're on top, all the eyeballs are on you. All the opportunities are at your disposal. It depends on what you do with it and how you are able to utilize it to your advantage, or even how you are able to use it for you to be able to sustain it to a certain point. So if he's lost that mantle, he's lost that opportunity, he should not blame anybody. He should not blame anybody. He should rather give a substantive reason for the media to leave whatever they are doing to come and cover whatever he's doing. When he was on top, the media saw something worth talking about. And I also like the angle at which he is going. He is giving the media something to talk about. And indirectly, it is throwing light on what he is actually pushing. So I understand his frustration. I understand the things that he's saying. But he should also understand that it is not the media's fault. In fact, we can put him here. If indeed it is the media's fault, then I was expecting him to have featured about 100 Ghanaian young up and coming artists on his album. Then we will know that the support is in every quarter.
He's also supporting.
But he has also,
now he sees himself as elevated.
Exactly. But he has left the up and coming once here and has gone to hide in Nigeria. And he alone is chopping and benefiting. He is talking about the benefits and the goodies that he is chopping in Nigeria. The up and coming ones here, who is going to support them? Who? You understand? So if he would have an excuse for not featuring about 100 or 200 young acts on his album, then he should know that in the space, it is not by anybody's fault, but it is winner takes all. When you are on top, that is how it feels. I remember when he did is it the album listening or EP listening in Mubako? The number of people that went there, and on that day, even his fellow comedians that he started with, most of them were very happy for him. Most of them, you meet them and they will go hey, they are happy AY Poyoo blow. because his style was very different from the normal one. So in that sense, people thought it would have been very difficult for him to see the spotlight. But some way, somehow, he saw it, and most people were happy for him. So yes, for his frustration there, I understand. But there is nothing anybody can do about it. There is absolutely nothing anybody can do about it. It is either the media is also business entities. Some people think the media talk just because they want to talk, or they report just because they want to report. No, they report the things that they know is going to give them something. So if tomorrow Shatawale Opoli, now headline Shatawale this, Shatawale that, Shatawale this, Shatawale that, it is not because they like Shatawale. It is because he is the catalyst. Yeah, they do somewhere.
There are some people who have even sworn not to mention his name, but you go back and
oh boy,
they are still DJ Slim.
Oh boy,
DJ Slim. So I mention Shatawa's name again.
Oh boy,
today he's ranting all over. Funny, huh?
You understand? Some people's names are catalysts. You can't do away with it, and that is how they've been able to utilize the opportunity that was given them. Been able to utilize the opportunity that was given them when they had the spotlight, when they blew fresh. They've been able to do things to sustain it, which is why today they are still relevant. So if AY Poyoo wants that relevance that he was enjoying some time ago, then he should know that it did not come just because the Ghanaian media or Ghanaian people had nothing doing and they decided to come and talk about AY Poyoo. But because as at that time he was newsworthy, and now that he is becoming newsworthy, he is seeing it. He is seeing lots of headlines about him. That's how the game works. So he should take advantage of it and use it to push the things that he wants them to push.
Well, some nuggets for AY Poyoo and his new team, who are now looking for some more attention from the Ghanaian media. Remember, on this platform, we discussed Mr. Drew and the Jamrock guys. Latest information or update is that Jamrock guys have served Mr. Drew with a writ. In other words, they've sued him. The other day, when we discussed it and I put a call through to Mr. Drew, he said he did not want to talk about the issue publicly because his lawyers were preparing to serve Jamrock Entertainment or Events or
Event Center,
and yet we have not heard anything from that side. Unfortunately, it has come from Jamrock Event Center first. Well, there is also this adage that the fact that you are first in court does not mean that you are going to be victorious out of the case after Now, as it stands, what do we think will be the next line of action? Because I'm sure when you go deep into the writ, he'll be given some days to respond ASAP, or he meets them in court. And because he said he was going to see them first, that we've not heard anything about it. Is it because he did not take action, or what is happening? Unfortunately, Drew still thinks he doesn't want to make public statement about it. And the last time we spoke with Jamrock, they were so emphatic that they were speaking to their lawyers, and that their lawyers are going to take action. And indeed, they have taken action. Richie can share some of the writs of someone on the screen, so you know that indeed they have taken action. And they even wrote something on their Richie, if you want me to read what they wrote on their timeline, it's fine. It says organizers chase Mr. Drew for their money, and said said the unfortunate practice where artists fail to show up at events after they have been partly paid is likely to end soonest, as an event organizer has sued Mr. Drew for taking his money but failing to show up at the event to perform. In a suit filed on Monday, 5th April 2024 at the district court at Senchi in the Sojaman district, Jamrock Bar and Event Center has sued Mr. Drew and his DJ Filter, for the recovery of an amount of 15,000 Ghana cedis they paid to Mr. Drew to perform at an event on Easter Monday, which Mr. Drew, failed to honor. They are also pleading on the court to order Mr. Drew to pay all the money they spent to organize the event, which amounts to 36,511 Ghana cedis. The organizers further claimed that by the action of Mr. Drew to not show up for the event, their image has been severely tarnished, and for that they are demanding 200,000 Ghana cedis as damages from Mr. Drew. A little investigation that we have been able to undertake when this story broke is that this is not the first time Mr. Drew has taken money from event organizers and failed to show up. Speaking with the organizers at Senchi on Tuesday, the organizers indicated that they have received calls from more than 4 others who claim to have suffered the same fate for Mr. Drew and are willing to come and testify against him in court. Will the organizers be able to have their demands, or will it be an exercise in futility? Let's keep our fingers crossed as we follow proceedings in court. Yeah, so you can see stamp signed and sealed from Senchi District Court. And indeed, Mr. Drew, I don't know his actions. Maybe when we are done with the show, since he doesn't want to talk publicly, when we are done with the show, I'll ask him what happened to his lawyers who were going to serve him and the others. Oh, what might be happening?
This is a continuation of, or a manifestation of what the manager said the last time you called him.
Yeah.
That they were keen on making this case, like taking on this particular case, and that is the manifestation of it. I'm also surprised the Drew team have also not been proactive to quench this fire before it's getting to this particular stage, because I was expecting an approach, an earlier approach, like he said the other time, so that we wouldn't even get to this situation. And if they had, that is not to say probably they did not do. They probably did it, but maybe they couldn't come to a consensus or an agreement on something, so definitely, or they could not resolve it. So definitely the organizers will still proceed to whatever action they want to take, and that is the result of it.
Okay.
My stance is still the same. In the caption that they gave on the rate of sermon that they post, it's interesting, because I don't know if this is an article by a media person or
no. I'm sure someone wrote it and they copied it for their platform, because the story is even on Ghana Web. So I want to believe.
And who wrote it?
No. I want to believe maybe a news portal wrote it. And they copied it for their platform.
But they didn't source that.
They didn't source that.
Yeah, that
and do they know that it is also an offense?
But it could also be that they wrote it themselves.
Oh yes, it could also.
It
could also be.
Well, so the other cases that they cited, that according to their investigation, this is not the first time Mr. Drew has taken people's money and it's not showing up. Well, I think it is not for them to go and fight for the other people.
No. They said that when they put it out, others also called to say Mr. Drew has dealt with them in same fate. So if they are really taking him on, then they are even ready.
And I'm saying
testify.
that information is not important. It's not necessary. Just write up.
They want you to know that you are guilty.
That's the strategy for their court case.
Exactly.
For them.
That's why I suspect they wrote it themselves. This article.
Exactly. If they wrote it themselves, then wait.
Even the bone of contention is not whether they wrote it or not. That is a little minor issue.
It's like
the bigger issue is there, and the future is what I'm just thinking about for Mr. Drew and how he intends to handle this. I know, because it's a brand like Mr. Drew, not much noise is being made on it. If it had been a bigger brand, I feel like by now everybody is cashing out on the story. But Mr. Drew, so it feels like shrimpusi.
Well, it is for their party to respond.
Okay.
where the issue has gotten to there, you can't say you will not respond. You would have to respond one way or the other, whether by writing to the organizers through your legal team or responding to the writ of sermon. It is true that way. Either ways, you will still have to respond to the writ of sermon, and depending on your stand on the case. And per Mr. Drew's stand, as at the other time, the last time we discussed this issue, I think he should do the needful and respond.
Okay.
Because to him, he sounded very confident on the fact that he was not guilty of the charges that these people are giving him.
Okay.
And all of that. And also in this particular presser, or the quote that they made, when they said, oh, this is going to be the end of it, of artists taking people's money and not showing, I want to tell them categorically that this is not going to be the end of it. Because they even came to meet it. They will go. It will continue.
But they are going to win the case, so now artists will be afraid to do that. That's the import of what they are saying. That they will win the case, get the money. Now artists will be afraid to take.
When they win the case and they even get judgment, it will still not stop. It will still not stop. Even in government, there are so many people that have been jailed for causing financial loss to the state. Has that deterred people or people in government for still causing financial loss to the state? No. Even today,
because they suffer from optimism bias. For them, nobody will catch it.
Exactly. Even today, I saw an article of people being jailed for causing financial loss to the state. Exactly. So I want to tell them that if it is by their case and they think that because they are optimistic they are going to win, this practice is going to stop, they should forget. That's one of the unnecessary points that I saw in their quotes or in whatever presentation they posted. Other than that, I'm just waiting for Mr. Drew to respond, whether publicly or through responding to the writ of sermon, because in this particular conversation he sounded very confident, and even when you look at the situation very well, so many people would side with Mr. Drew in terms of the agreement and its execution. So many people would side with Mr. Drew. But since this has turned into a legal issue now, I will tell Mr. Drew not to sleep on it or not to sit down and say, okay, these two shall pass. It is not all situations in this country that passes like that. Some may come, and if you leave it unattended, it will come back to bite you or even affect some of your future dealings. So if you're able to quench it or respond to it now, in the near future, should it even rise at certain quarters, your response will still be there to even counter it in the future. And that is what it is. So the organizers have done whatever they said they were going to do. Mr. Drew, even though he said he was going to let his legal team write to them, whether they did or not, this is what the organizers have done. So it is up to them to also respond and not to let this particular thing slide.
Okay, Jamo, continue from there.
In fact, they don't have any option to let it slide because it will go against him.
Exactly.
So that one is
because now the court is handling it. If
you don't go to court, they can award them whatever that they are asking for.
Judgment on it.
And now they will be chasing you for whatever that they think they deserve. And so at this point, they don't have any option than to respond to what is happening. Yes. Just that if I were part of the legal team or I'm the lawyer for the Jam Rock people, then if I am to advise the Jam Rock people, I don't know the kind of lawyer that they have, but the article that came out, if it's the lawyer who is advising them to do such an article, then they need a new lawyer.
The article?
Yes, they need a new lawyer. Because all the strategy that they are going to use for this
that's what they put out.
It's out there.
Okay.
It's out there. So it's so easy to defend. Like, they have made it easy for Mr. Drew and his team to defend the case. I mean, so it's bad for the Jam Rock people. Their strategy is so poor. I mean, to say that we have contacted people that they think that Mr. Drew has done that to them, so they are going to testify in court. That's one way. It doesn't work in your favor if you do that.
Okay.
Because the thing is that now that you have mentioned this, now Mr. Drew's team or the lawyer can also reach out to those people and tell them not to testify, or even give them something not to even show up on the day.
Okay.
Because they know them, if they have dealt with them before, even if it is true. So you have spoiled your own strategy. Your witness can change their mind, because now you know your witnesses, and it's not a good strategy for a lawyer to do that.
Okay.
So that's one thing that you shouldn't do if you are taking someone to court. It's wrong. And again, he also mentioned that 50, they paid half, which is 150, but he didn't show up.
Yeah.
But what was in the agreement, he didn't say.
He didn't say.
Yes.
Whether the 15,000 was the whole amount or whatever.
Yes.
He
said half.
Is that half?
He said part payment. But the point is, was the agreement that you pay half after the show, then you pay the rest, or you pay before he performs? You didn't, and I'm sure that it's because it will not be in your favor. That's why you didn't show it. All the lawyers will see through that thing too, and then they can easily shoot it down. So the article did not do them any favor. Whoever wrote the article has exposed them more. Okay. And if it was the lawyer who advised them to do that, they should sack him.
They should have just posted the rate of
in fact, yes, I can even do a better job than this. I'm not a lawyer. Just I think now the way people are pushing me to take that, I may have to consider. So yes, and I'll be an entertainment lawyer.
Good, because that place is very vacant.
It's so empty. No one is doing anything there. So I think this was poorly written, the article, and then what the case that they have stated in there is not strong enough. If there are more to it, then they should be preparing well, because this one there for me I think is weak. But let's see how it will go. I mean, now it's going to court. So but Mr. Drew and his team, they can't sleep on this.
Okay.
We may sit here and say this is a weak case, so nothing will happen. But if you don't respond and then it goes to court, the court will accept that you have admitted whatever is in there, and it will go against you. So as quickly as possible, they need to respond to this.
Well, let's move on to other matters. Still here on Showbiz Daily, Sammy Flex TV, where we are seated discussing some of the trendiest and relevant news in our industry. I've chanced on a video of Chami Kwame and Kojo Sheldon talking about music identity in an interview, and as it stands now, I'm asking that the conversation about music identity in Ghana, looking at how music is running around the world, looking at how music is traveling all over the world, and as much as the music is good, people will consume it, because we've been here. We've consumed songs from Afro-piano, from Amapiano, from Zouks, from Salsa. In fact, every good thing, R&B, rap music, hip-hop, like every good music from all over the world, here. In fact, India songs, we have enjoyed it. So, do we still have to be belaboring points and be putting out our headache about music identity? Has this been over abused, or have we talked about this for so long? We should just do something that people love. Is that how we should go, or we should still be okay? This is highlight our bang 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 bang. Jumano, do what will sell. Well, I don't know. Let's watch a portion of this interview. Right? When I come, ask my people whether we have still abused this topic instead of moving on to go chase the paper. that comes with music or not. Listen to Achame Kwame speak to Kwadwo Sheldon in this interview.
Life easily identified. It is. See, I remember one song that is the element of high life easily identified. It is. See, I remember one song that got High Life Song of the Year that a lot of people fought about. Or fought over was Shatta Wale's I Know My Level.
Yeah, I Know My Level.
As a lot of people said it was Sooks. Some said it was this. Some said it was that. But I think it was a complete High Life song. Why? Because the metronome or the click that keeps High Life groove, the heartbeat is still there. Exactly. And then you can hear the guitars. Shatta did not play the guitar. But if you compare one of the High Life classics, Enyamenia obi na di bibia yemi I know my level.
Oh, okay.
I know my level. No, my level. It is the exact song.
Okay.
But the intelligent thing Shatta had done was to take the elements and redefine it to fit modern technology.
Then it brings me back to sampling in this country.
Well, so that was Achame Kwame still talking about music identity and asking, should we still be finding out what we are doing, or we should look at what is marketable or what will sell? Straight through.
For educational purposes, this conversation is never going to end. It won't, because from one generation to the other, there are things that are supposed to be passed on, and some of these things will pop up anyways. That is not to say that this should be the focus point in terms of music success in every generation, or in our current dispensation. This should be the primary focus. It depends on what you are going to use the information for. Actually, this is a good information for people who are in the field of learning, who are in the field of grooming, who are in the field of nurturing talent, or who are talents that are being nurtured. This information is what is good for them, because at the end of the day, they will be able to understand the rudiments of the things that they are doing. So tomorrow, if somebody uses another person's melodies, or if somebody would want to switch carpet from one genre to another, and some people who do not understand some of these things come at them, oh, now we will, and as you say there, you've changed from a rapper to a singer, or you've changed from this genre to that genre. They will be able to defend themselves because they have an understanding of what they are doing, and it is not because they are just trying their hands on anything. So for that purpose, this education is okay. But if you are an established artist, you have waves, you have some level of relevance, this information is not so useful to you. This information is not so useful to you because for you to have that level of establishment, then it means you've been through it. You've been through different phases of it. You probably might have gone through various elements before you got to the position that you are now. You probably might have gone through phases or genres upon genres before you can now call yourself an established artist. So this information will not do anything to you. And this education is also good for the young brains who would also want to criticize people, or who would want to take the job of a critic. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know what you are criticizing, I mean, you look ignorant than any other thing in this world. And me, as much as some people may not be interested, the people that I would actually champion this education to more, it's not even the musicians. Because for the musicians, whether directly or indirectly, they are living it. They are likely to come across some of these education easily because of the people they mingle with, the situations they find themselves, or even environment. But one group of people who are likely to lack this and would have to go and search and find and learn is the critics. If they don't learn, these are the people I would push this kind of education to. So they have some level of understanding whenever they would want to criticize a body of work or somebody's project in terms of music. Because when you have some of these knowledge at the back of your head or at the back of your mind, you know it will give you a fair idea of what you are talking about.
Okay.
But if you know jack about this, that is when if another person comes and say, oh, kaka is this, then you take it to the market without even having an understanding of what it is even used for. So yeah, it is for the purpose of education. It is good that at least we still have people like that who understand some of these elements and can still educate. At the end of the day, it will be a learning tool to pass on to the next generation. So it will be good. But for my brothers and sisters in the critiquing industry, please come forward. This is for you. In fact, pick pen and paper. Whenever some people like this are going for lectures and interviews, follow them, listen to them, learn. Even though some of the information may beat your brains up, yes, still keep them down because you will need them in your line of duty.
Well, Chamo, handle this, so we move on to our very last story.
The thing is, what the discussion wasn't for business people, neither is it for artists or even content creators. No, you don't need what Ochame Kwame was talking about to be successful content creator, artist, or a business person in the entertainment space. No. What he was discussing is purely academics. It's an intellectual exercise.
Exactly.
Based on what he knows and the information that he just wants to give out. Yes, share because he knows. And he thinks that it's important for others to also know, especially if you are in academia. And that's what it will be. It's somebody's job to also learn some of these elements. So if you're an artist, you can do something without even knowing what it is. And then somebody will point it out to you. Oh, this thing that you this is the meaning. This is the technical words for it or whatever. So this is not for artists if you don't want to be academic in your craft or in your music journey. Then there's no need for you to learn.
This is not for you.
No.
This pressure is not for you.
No, not at all. If you want to learn some, if you don't, just let it go. Just do your good music. And doing your good music or what we consider music that people want, you don't need to know what it is or how it is even called. Just do it and let the people decide what they want to do with it. And academic people will also label it or put it in a category for their works. In fact, they are also working by studying what you have done and how they should call it, or we have to call it. That's what it is. So because it's an academic exercise or it is in the realm of academia, the people that I think may have to be interested in this will be the, as Roland said, the critics or the pundits. If you want to criticize in that line, then you may have to know more so that people will know that you know what you are talking about. And you have studied it, or you have a bit of technical side of it for you to do your criticism or talk about things in a way that you think, you have earned the right to do so. Because you can't just say you are a critic and you don't know anything about music or you don't know anything about the industry. You just criticize for that's what it is. So I think that's why some of these things, and sometimes it sounds nice. So if you know, like, look at some of the words that he was giving out.
The metro.
So if you have them, some people also used to brag. Like they will even put it in where you are not supposed to put it. But still, now or more can
put it the way you don't supposed to.
Because on tears in the no that's it. So I think it's an academic exercise, and those who are interested in academics or academia should just follow and learn from it. That's it.
Okay, let's look at a very final story, and we'll be running away right after. It is about the Telecel Ghana Music Awards, the TGMA, where rapper Amerado and his people, Kenneth and Slim Kid, they have won their petition to the organizers. And as it stands now, you know, the scheme has a 1 week opening door for correction, especially after they released the full nominations list for the year under review. And this year, as usual, the nominations were released, and right after the nominations, they opened the 1 week critique or review window, and some of our people put in their petition. Amerado was not happy that his main song, Kweku Anansi, was not nominated in some of the categories, and again there was an error of a sort for a song a song which is a joint product for Slim Kid and J-Bad, and once again that has also been corrected. Now I'm asking my people, this practice, what is the good, what is the bad in it? After that, they shared press statement and information that yes, they've listened to it and that they have agreed to the petition signed by these people, and they've corrected it. Now they've added them. In fact, Roland is even calling for another war. I don't know if that will be considered. Okay, so let me read what has been read here from their press, or what has been written here from their press release, and says, following the release of the 25th Telecel Ghana Music Awards TGMA nominations, a 1 week window for errors and omissions was opened. This saw several submissions from the stakeholder community. After careful evaluation of all submissions, the board confirms that there were neither errors nor omissions in the nomination list, except for the following. Lonely Road by Kenneth and Slim Kid. It says this collaborative submission, initially filed as a featured work, Lonely Road by Kenneth featuring Slim Kid, has been the subject of a correction. The management of both artists pointed out that the Lonely Road was a joint project by Kenneth and Slim Kid and not a feature. The board noted this and has thus corrected the nomination to reflect Lonely Road by Kenneth and Slim Kid and Kweku Anansi by Amerado. The board considered and nominated Kweku Anansi remix in the Best High Life Song category instead of the song's original version. This affected the song's consideration in the Most Popular Song of the Year category. The board has reviewed this and consequently nominated Kweku Anansi by Amerado to replace the remix version in the Best High Life category. The song has also been nominated in the Most Popular Song of the Year category. The board wishes to always reiterate its commitment to fairness in the Telecel Ghana Music Awards. We are deeply grateful to stakeholders in the music community for their commitment to this scheme over the past 25 years, especially for their active participation during the recent window of errors and omissions. Once again, congratulations to all nominees for their outstanding work in 2023. We wish each nominee the best of luck at the 25th anniversary edition of the TGMA in the coming weeks. And this is what the organizers are saying. And I'm asking, we've seen the exercise, we've seen the results, and we've read their press release. What can we say will be the good and the bad out of this exercise? Roland, we are closing.
Well, it's good. It's good. At least it is still coming to add up to the fact that they are a listening body. At least it is coming to add up to that image that they are a listening body. Okay. And the fact that it is also a human institution and they are prone to errors. Okay. So should any time that anybody would want to come at them, people should also not only come at them with insults and accusations and all that, but if you are able to petition them in the rightful manner, the things like the corrections or everything that you want them to do for you, after consideration or careful consideration, they will be able to do it. And that is what they've shown. But I also think that some of these things, yes, will definitely affect the scheme one way or the other. Okay. It will affect the structure and some of the things they stand for, of which I am one of the people who, I don't know how Team Amerado made their petition. Okay. Because after this, the conclusion should have been, if indeed that consideration was to be made, then the next step should have been following up with the Artist of the Year category. Because per the definition, that artist should have more nominations in the year under review.
Okay.
Somebody like Nasi in the year under review had about 4 nominations.
Okay.
Found
he's in the
Artist of the Year category. Now Amerado has himself about 6 nominations in all, and I don't know why he is missing in the Artist of the Year category. So I don't know how, but I wouldn't blame Team Charterhouse so much or the organizers so much, because perhaps it was even missed by Team Amerado. They did not consider that as well. So they were just about the fact that they just wanted nominations in the most popular song of the year. But some of these things are very technical, and it needs strategic approach. The politics is there, and you getting this is a good qualification for you to push for Artist of the Year. But now that the window is closed, then I believe they've missed it. They've missed it. But it is also good that it should be pointed out that people would know that, okay, now if we are going for certain changes, when the changes come in our favor, what leverage again do we have to push? And these are some of the conversations that I would want them to consider moving forward. Because yes, there are people who have less nominations and find themselves in the Artist of the Year category, and most of them have their songs in most popular song of the year. So if Amerado has a song there, as well as hip life hip hop artist, best rap performance among some of these categories, I believe per their definition for the Artist of the Year category consideration, he needs to be considered, or he is supposed to be nominated in that particular category. Other than that, I think they've done well by considering some of these errors and correcting them. But I believe they should have also went ahead, even though Team Amerado missed, to also do the needful for them, because aside they prompting you that these are some of the errors that we think you made, you should also cross-check again and make sure you do the needful. Else every year there will be something that's a better scheme.
Well, Joe, come through.
Okay, I'll make it brief. I think they have done well by accepting the fact that they made a mistake. Just that when you look at the press,
they said there was nothing wrong.
There was nothing wrong, but still except Amerado's issue, and then the
Slim Kid.
I think the Slim Kid and then the O'Kenneth one was,
partnerable.
Yes, it's obvious. Like these are some
that rather should not even be partnerable, because if really the guys are saying the song was not a featured song, then it means when they are writing it, they make it clear. So instead of writing maybe O'Kenneth featuring Slim Kid, they write O'Kenneth X Slim Kid.
Yeah, so
if you know it, you see it now, you know the X is not a feature.
It's not a feature.
It's a collaboration.
Yes, but that's the mistake that you can pardon people for. Whoever was doing the comparison or whoever was labeling it may get it wrong. That's why I'm saying that one is pardonable. In fact, that's why even in the case of Grammy, they give the room for you to correct things like that. But
I hear the Grammy one is for spelling and those things.
Yes, but yes, maybe you didn't add a certain name to it. You did, so that these are some of the things that they will allow you to correct. But in the case of Amerado, he wasn't part of it at all. Now that you are considering it, my question will be, now you have listened to it against all the other songs and you think it qualifies or what? Or because he is the one saying it?
No, now they are convinced that it qualifies.
So, but from the beginning they didn't listen to it, or they didn't compare it to the others. They just ignored that one and then moved on to whoever or whatever that they think qualified. I mean, that was a huge error. That for me, I find it difficult to forgive them on that one. And again, it's because just getting it in there it's a win for Amerado, but I think that's where it will end. I will be surprised if that song wins the best popular song of the year. I will be very, very surprised because from the beginning they even ignored it.
Yeah.
So you bringing it in there, I will be surprised that any of the board member will vote for it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was also thinking about earlier? I was also thinking, okay, so what if it comes to win in the category?
That would be the whole scheme will be a sham if it wins.
Oh, why?
Because
no,
Chemo,
I want to differ because now it is there, and like they say, as much as you are there, then you are potential winner.
Sure. But what happened that the board, who also have a very significant impact in selecting who will be the winner, couldn't see at the time that they were selecting? What really happened that they couldn't see it at that time, but now they can see that, oh, this thing can even win. For me, it will make the whole thing a sham. It's like, so what beat you? Like, well, I want to know.
Why did you not see
Why didn't you see it at the time that you were selecting that this is a potential song that can win? Let's put it in. Somebody will come and prompt you. Oh, this is a potential winner. Let's put it in. Then you put it in there, and now all of you think that it can win. So you are voting for that one. I'll be surprised unless maybe popular song of the year is not the board and the academy. They don't vote. Those who did the selection, if they are not part of the voting or they don't have any stake in there, well, then maybe I have to withdraw my statement. But if they have a stake in it, then I'll be surprised if it will win. But the win is foregone conclusion for Amerado. He has won by even getting it in there. That would be a win for him. I think he should take that one. By winning it like the actual win there, I doubt it they will give it to him because it will not make them look good. And if they have a stake in choosing who will win it, they will not do it. It's just for shaggy reason because it will make them look bad if now they all change their mind to select it as a good song to even win that category. So for me, I think they have done well by accepting and reviewing it to getting them in. But I think that's where it will end. It will not go any further than that. If it goes further than this, it's another thing altogether for me. Yeah.
Well, interesting times ahead. Let's wait to see how this would be done when the time is due for them to announce winners. I see Amerado causing a stir though, but Chemo also thinks that should he win, then it means something is wrong somewhere because you did all your thing, you realize no, it was not strong enough to come there. So what changed that it comes back to win? And this is what Kofi Kinata said. On this note, I want to say thanks to you guys for always being a part of Showbiz Daily here on Sammy Flex TV. This is an open platform. Feel free to share your opinions, but if you don't come right, Chemo is there to give you a response. That one, you know it. Thanks to Chemo for coming through. Thanks to Roland Amate, to Digital Rasta Currency for doing our camera for us, Richie Flex, editor, director of the show, and to you for spending your quality time to watch us. Again, special thanks to TapTapSend for keeping faith with us on this platform, as well as PariMatch.com and PariMatch Betting for always holding us down. My name is Sammy Flex. Until then, I see you when I see you. Subscribe to us and let's do some more. We're out of here. Bye-bye.